everybody, and welcome to a special episode of MBHL on the Ball. I am your host, Matthew LaFleur Harewood. Now, I say special because for the first time in On the Ball history, we're covering games that took place at Le Rink, a 4-on-4 surface that delivers high-intensity, high-scoring hockey games. Let's get straight to the action. Our first game comes from the C-League and has recruits facing off against Cobras. The recruits come into this game sitting comfortably in third place, but suffered a 7-5 loss against OGC in their last outing. Cobras haven't started the season the way we were hoping for and currently sit last in the standings. In the last meeting between these two teams, the recruits handed the Cobras a 15-7 loss. Let's see how this one turned out. We start this game off with a classic play that happens far too often at Le Rink. After the recruits missed a great scoring chance in the offensive zone, the Cobras start back the other way, with Nicolas Pascual tapping in the rebound to make it 1-0 Cobras. With the score now 1-1, a beautiful tic-tac-toe between Matt Latre, Pascual Scotti, and Steve Reynoso gives the recruits their first lead of the game. Now coming down on a 2-on-1, Daniel Galdes is stoned by Eric Collins' glove. Back in the recruit zone, Liam McCarthy will receive the ball alone in front, but Stéphane Lyon makes an acrobatic save to preserve the lead. Reynoso will intercept a clearing attempt, which quickly turns into a 2-on-none. Scotti won't miss from there. It's now 4-1 recruits. Now 5-1, Latre will increase his team's lead on a 2-on-1 with Scotti, who shows great patience with the ball before giving it back to number 27, who has an opened cage in front of him. With the score now 6-2, McCarthy gets the ball alone in front of the net, but this time goes to his forehand to score second of the night. The score is now 6-3. Now in the second period, recruits will regain their 4-goal lead when Derek Taylor redirects the Ugaldes pass behind Colin, completing his hat-trick. Now 9-3 and deep in the recruit zone, Pascual will register his second of the night when he hammers home a broken pass behind Lyon. Cobras are back at it 30 seconds later, and this time it's David Lombardi who picks up the loose ball at the side of the net to cut the lead down to 9-5. Two minutes after that, Latre will put all hopes of a comeback to rest with his third goal of the night. A beautiful move with 3 defenders around him. The recruits would finally take this one, 12-6. Matt Latre and Pascual Scotti both had monster nights, each registering 3 goals and 5 assists for 8 points. For the Cobras, Liam McCarthy and Nicolas Pascual were the most dangerous players, with 2 goals and 1 assist each. In 3 meetings this season, recruits are 3-0, outscoring the Cobras 41-18 in the process. Game 2 also features 2 teams from the C-League with UHC taking on Hunters. This is a battle of the top 2 teams in the league. First place UHC have been hot, having not lost a game while posting the league's lowest goals against. Second place Hunters have the league's highest goals for, with 73 tallies on the season. The last time these teams met, UHC squeezed out a 10-8 victory. We joined this game with just over 3 minutes gone and in the UHC zone. Mike Ruffin's shot will miss the net, but Eric Peltier squeezes the rebound past David Mello to give the Hunters a 1-0 lead. Now at the 16-minute mark of the first, Rob Wevin's initial shot goes high over the net, but Joel Beauchamp grabs the rebound, dishes it back to him, and this time, he wires a howitzer low left side. With the score now 3-0, Ruffin is able to get the ball to Sam Beauchamp, who tees up a laser beam that goes top cheese on Mello. It's 4-0 Hunters. At Le Rink, a play can easily begin behind your own net, and here's a great example of that, with the elder Beauchamp beating the netminder 5-hole to make it 5-0 before the end of the first. Now in the second and with the score now 6-0 Hunters, Joel Beauchamp will record his second goal and third point of the night when his brother finds him in the slot, beating Mello with the backhand. This game has been all Hunters. When UHC had a chance to score, they had a tough time finishing their plays and capitalizing on their chances. A good example of how things weren't going their way. They buzz around the Hunters zone, firing shots from every angle towards Phil Mathieu. But once Eric Peltier gets it back for the Hunters, he sends Ruffin in on a breakaway, and he makes no mistake, stepping around the poke check to make it 8-0. Despite the lopsided affair, UHC continues to send shot after shot after shot towards Mathieu, trying to find a break in his armor, but the netminder is simply on his game tonight. stoning most notably Steve Arcaro in the slot. And then finally, Mike Sikonofi at the side of the net. The littlest Beauchamp would end the game early when scoring the Hunters' 9th goal when he taps in his own rebound, invoking the 9-goal differential mercy rule. Hunters take it 9-0. Mike Ruffin was the most decorated player in this game with 2 goals and 3 assists, while the Beauchamp brothers combined for 4 goals and 3 assists. Mathieu stopped all 24 UHC shots for his first shutout of the year. This was UHC's first loss of the season. Our third game sees Puck Block going head-to-head with La Brigade from the G League. Puck Block are looking to get their season back on track tonight as they look for their first win. Offense has been their biggest problem, having only scored 4 goals in their last 4 games. La Brigade sit in 5th place with a 2-2-2 record. They come into this contest having earned 3 points in their last 2 games. This game starts with Puck Block on the attack. Corey Galasso does a great job behind the net before feeding Matt Clementoni in front, who's stoned by Marc-André Cusson. Still on the attack, this time it's Ryan Clattenburg who sees his shot smothered by the La Brigade goalie. La Brigade will open the scoring with just over 3 minutes gone in the first period. Posted in front of the net, Justin Tremblay gets hit by the initial shot, but collects the rebound and buries it behind Chris Renaud. Just under 9 minutes later, Maxime Roy gets the ball at the top of the right face-off circle and unleashes an absolute cannon that blows by Renaud, making it 2-0 La Brigade. Looking to cut the lead in half, Clattenburg strips Tremblay of the ball and breaks in alone. Cusson gets a piece of the shot, but the Puck Block player taps in the loose ball to make it 2-1. 3 minutes later, with a mad scramble happening in front of the Puck Block crease, Hani Abdel pokes in the loose ball to regain the 2-goal lead. Less than a minute after that, Jasmine Shelley surprises Frankie Iacovelli with an epic stick lift, tees up a slapper that beats Cusson up high, bringing Puck Block back to within 1. But just 2 minutes after that, La Brigade break out on a 2-on-1 and Tremblay receives a pass in the slot, meaning Renaud short side. It's now 4-2, La Brigade. Before the end of the first, Marino Di Benedito does a nice move to get around his defender, but his shot goes just wide. Now in the second period, Jerry Holoco gets the ball in front, but his slight hesitation gives the defense enough time to deflect his shot high, with Cusson covering up the ball shortly after. La Brigade outshot Puck Block 17-13 in the second period, but Renaud was rock solid, doing his best to keep his team in the game. After seeing Abdel's cross-crease shot go wide, he makes 2 big saves on this next sequence here, the best being his second, before following that up with probably his best save of the night on Pierre-Olivier Jones, alone in front of the net. Both teams would go on to exchange goals in the second, and La Brigade would take it by a final score of 5-3. With the win, La Brigade moved 1 game over 500 with a 3-2-2 record, while the loss was Puck Block 6th in as many games. Despite letting in 5 goals, Renaud fared off quite well, having turned away 30 shots. Our last game features a crossover game between the E-League's Polar Bears and the G League's Monster. The Polar Bears are second in the E-League and have allowed only 28 goals in 8 games, with their only loss coming at the hands of the first place Expos. Monsters sit first in the G League with a perfect 6-0 record. This will be the only time these two teams meet this season. Let's get straight to the action. We start our final game with Monsters' Dave Shipman breaking into the zone. He goes to his backhand but can't finish in front of Fred Chow. Soon after, Monsters get 2 cracks up close, but once again, to no avail. With Polar Bears now on the power play, Minor Patel's point shot gets by goalie André Marcotte, but hits the post behind the netminder, a shot that Patel thought had gone in. Looking to get the opening goal of the game, Brandon Turpin spins around his defender and sends a pass towards the net that gets blocked by Polar Bears defender. With the Polar Bears up 1-0 after a goal by Steve Lee and buzzing in the Monster zone, Brian Steenbrick's point shot is stopped, but Kar Hung Tom grabs the rebound to make it 2-0. Looking to get his team on the board, Shipman breaks down the wing and gets 2 good shots off, but Chow is there to deny him both. Now in the second, Turpin cuts around his defender towards the slot, but Chow makes another great save with traffic in front of him. Monsters trying desperately to get that first goal, the Polar Bears netminder makes another nice save off of Mo Lasagna's slapper. Now on the power play, Monsters cycle the ball around, but even Jay Upal's one-timer can't beat Chow. Next up to get a dose of Chow's treatment, Mark Ronaldo up close, followed closely by Dylan Frietta with his one-timer. After all those chances, and with the Polar Bears now on the power play, Eric Ning's point shot gets through to the back of the net, making it now 3-0 Blue. Soon after, Shipman intercepts a pass at the red line, but once again, Chow stones him with a pad save. Back at the other end and again on the power play, Ben Purcell will pick up the loose ball in the slot and takes 2 cracks at it before beating André Marcotte up high. 4-0 Polar Bears. Monster would finally spoil Chow's shutout bid late in the second when Chris Michaels breaks out of the corner untouched and outweighs the goalie before beating him glove side. The final score would be Polar Bears 5, Monsters 1. Polar Bears had even scoring in this game with only Steve Lee and Ben Purcell registering multi-point games. Both goalies saw plenty of action with both teams shooting over 25 shots. The Monsters' first loss of the season happens to come in their only cross-league game of the season. It's now time for the highlight of the night. For this one, we go back to our first game where we find Stéphane Lyon, who makes an incredible save against Liam McCarthy, channeling his inner Dominic Hasek for our highlight of the night. That's it for another episode of MBHL on the Ball. We hope you enjoyed our first dip into the rink because you can be sure that we're going to be heading back anytime soon. As always, follow us on Twitter and Facebook for all your ball hockey needs. Until next time, take care of yourself.